So come January, Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani will be sworn in as the next mayor of New York City.
Our exclusive PIX11 Emerson College The Hill poll predicted both the primary and the election night victories for Mamdani. We are joined now by political analyst Polanco from the University of Mount St. Vincent to discuss what this victory means for the future of the city, the future of the Democratic Party. Let me get your take right now. You are an independent voter, okay? When you look at these numbers and what played out, the only borough that Andrew Cuomo actually won was Staten Island.
Yeah.
And these numbers were historic. So what do you make of it?
First of all, I am so excited at this turnout. When I was at the Board of Election, I was president of the board, and I was always concerned about low turnout.
Yeah.
To have over 2 million, that's exciting, and it's a testament to the campaigns of Assemblyman Mamdani, former Governor Cuomo, and Mr. Sliwa to excite New York City to come out. So kudos to New York City. Thanks for coming out. I think that the city's heavily divided. When you take a look at the numbers at the end of the day, 49% of the city's voters voted against the winner. So, I know that everybody's in a celebratory mood, and congratulations to Assemblyman Mamdani for winning this election, but the city's heavily divided, and we see it across the election results. One thing is for sure, I think there are a lot of us involved in politics are looking at the numbers and we say, what if? What would have happened if Curtis Sliwa would have dropped out of the race in advance, considering that former Governor Cuomo did so well in Staten Island and so well in other parts of the city? Would this election result be different this morning? That's going to be the conversation for a very long time. And I know when you look at the numbers, you may say, JC, no, it looks like it's 49-50. It would have changed the calculus. I know that Curtis Sliwa for the last couple of weeks spent most of his time hitting Andrew Cuomo very hard. We would have maybe seen a different result.
But you're also assuming a very big if, that if Curtis Sliwa dropped out, that all those voters would have gone to Andrew Cuomo.
Dan, I knew you were going to say that. That's not all at all. That would be obscene. That would be obscene to think.
Yeah.
Not all voters that supported Curtis Sliwa would have gone to Andrew Cuomo. However, it would have changed the calculus. The dynamic of the campaigns would have been a lot different. It would have been mano a mano. So, a lot of folks today are concerned. For example, you have over 2/3 of New York City Jewish voters. Voted for former Governor Cuomo.
Yep.
So new mayor-elect Mamdani has a lot of work to do to bring the city together. So there are a lot of people counting on him. You have a heavily divided city generationally, religiously, culturally. It's your job now to bring it together, and it's a heavy lift. So we're wishing him the best of luck. He has a lot of work to do in front of him.
Yeah, and let's talk about it. I mean, the work starts now. And he already said last night in his speech, he was saying to President Trump, I know you're watching, turn up the volume. Right? So is he already alienating himself? And was that the right move to make?
No, I think that the Assemblyman's speech, I know that people were very excited, and I got you. But look, that speech last night was not magnanimous in any way whatsoever. I think it was very combative. And it was that moderating Assemblyman Mamdani that we've gotten to know for the last 3 months is gone. And we saw him last night come out with his boxing gloves on, ready to go, told the president, turn the volume up, let's get ready to fight. I don't know if that's the tone we need right now. And I think that, last night, so kudos to former Governor Cuomo, when he said, I'd like to congratulate Assemblyman Mamdani, the crowd booed, and he said, no, that's not what we do, that's not who we are. And he said, that was very good. No, but hold up. He did congratulate him in public. To then go to see Assemblyman Mamdani, don't beat me up on Twitter, guys, but to see Assemblyman Mamdani say, I never want to utter his name again.
Yes.
I'm paraphrasing, kind of nasty. So I think that, considering last night was a moment to heal, it may have been a moment where he may unintentionally have.
But Cuomo didn't call him. He didn't make that phone call. I know he congratulated him in person, but it's typical that he would pick up a phone and say congratulations and come talk to him.
I couldn't agree more.
But do you feel like he's alienating moderate Democrats then?
I think that moderate Democrats are not fans of Assemblyman Mamdani. Take a look at some of these numbers. About 82% of Assemblyman Mamdani's voters, when you take a look, there were new voters that were not part of New York City. So if you were here for less than 10 years, 82% of that cohort voted for Assemblyman Mamdani. And that's a big number. Now, in addition, about 81% of women under the age of 30 voted for Assemblyman Mamdani. So I think that you look at centrist Democrats, they almost all supported former Governor Cuomo. And centrist Democrats outperformed the socialist Democrats nationally yesterday. Remember that 7 out of 10 voters in New York City are Democrats. So whenever you sit on the train and you look to your left and you look to your right, 7 of those 10 are Democrats. Consider that last night, the Democratic nominee for mayor barely got 50% of the vote. I think he underperformed. So he has a lot of work to do, even with moderate Democrats.
Well, and it would have been true in the reverse, JC. If Mamdani, if Cuomo had won, it would have been with the same margins, right? And it would have been the reverse. He has a lot of work to do to bring some of the left bring over, right? So what, I guess, moving forward, New York City is really just kind of its own country. I mean, it sounds funny, but like
it's a little island.
Because it's not really a purveyor of what's to come across the country. And so you look across the river in New Jersey, they did elect a centrist.
Yeah.
So what is the Democratic Party now, which is going to look at Zohran Mamdani saying, is he the future? Hakeem Jeffries says no. Is Mikey Sherrill the future? Is Spanberg? What is it now moving forward?
I think without a doubt, centrist Democrats will continue to lead the Democratic Party. And I say that as objectively as I can as an independent. And the reason for that is that it is centrist Democrats like Tom Suozzi and Congresswoman Gillen out in Long Island that can win in Trump areas. And in order to get the majorities, you need to win in red-purple districts. And only centrist Democrats can do that. There has never been a Democratic Socialist of America, one of the folks on the far left, that has ever picked up a seat in Congress. You don't pick them up. They can win in primaries, in close party primaries, where only a few folks come out. But when you talk about winning majority, so Minority Leader Jeffries, in order to be Speaker, he needs to win purple districts. You will never win purple districts with Mamdani-like candidates because you're never going to be able to bring independent and centrist voters to vote in the majority.
did.
No, AOC did not win a purple district.
Well,
you could put a bottle of water. That's my district.
But she took down a centrist Democrat.
But never do they pick up a seat. Is my point. Dan. They never pick up a seat. So beating up on Joe Crowley didn't get you closer to the majority. It was infighting. So to answer your question, it is centrist Democrats that are the future nationally of the Democratic Party because the Democrats nationally are thinking, how do we win in 28? How do we get to 270 electoral votes? You got to win purple states. And you can never win purple states with a socialist Democrat. It just won't happen. Yeah. You could win districts, but never the state. So getting to 270 electoral votes and to the majority, hoping that Mamdani-like figures do it.
Got it.
But wait, before I'm not going to beat up, congratulations, Assemblyman Mamdani. And I wish you the best. And I'm not moving. I ain't leaving.
Yeah, that's what Curtis said too.
Yeah, JC, always great to have you in.
Thanks for having me.
Go get some sleep now. Go get some sleep.
Not too much. We'll see you Friday. I got a lot more to talk to you about.